So here we are. There was one question, something about the daya, which obviously is this, and baya. And these are just regular Hindi words, daya meaning right, baya meaning left. But for left-handed tabla players, it would be the other way around. So it would be daya would be the baya and the baya would be the daya. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about this. So the question was the basic strokes of the tabla, the chanti part, and how do we do that? As far as I'm concerned, there are not like an immense number of strokes. We just have like na, and then ta, and then tun, then we have te, te, and that's pretty much it. Now those translate into are hybrided, if that's the correct word, into different other things, like te te becomes tere kita. Okay, te te then moves downwards or frontwards of the tabla and becomes te re also. So it's kind of difficult because tere kita or tere kita with fingers, or tere, which is also dhere with the baya. So there. So tun, na. Some people say dina gena. So that this finger, the ring finger, also becomes na. I like to differentiate it by calling this ring finger as ne. So dine gene. So I know when I say ne, or people that I'm working with who are used to working with me, other young tabla players, and I tell them dine, they know I mean din, ne. So na, ta, tun, te, te, tere, same thing, or, and dhere, which is down here, the palm stroke. Ne kind of comes along for the right. So those are. Now when you're playing na, obviously your ring finger is down almost like on the edge of the siyahi or the ga. And the reason for that is if you move it, close it onto the ga, then you'll be dampening the resonance. As opposed to, so that has to be kept in mind. What happens with us, in order to try and keep the hand loose and fluid on the tabla, we move. This finger doesn't stay anchored like when you're playing the faster laggis and tinta, like then it's anchored kind of. But even then it's loosely anchored. So if you watch my ring finger, it slides and then it still slides. So the word anchor is not necessarily, not necessarily should be taken as how anchors are with the ship, where when they drop and they kind of stay. But when I say they kind of stay is on the surface, the ship will still move, according to the way the waves are or the tides are. And so apply that theory to it. Yes, anchor, but fluid. So that is very important. When you play tere kita as well, like finger tere kita, te, re, you can slide off. What I do is te, re, I lift it. So then I'm in the position to hit. Now these are exaggerated movements. You should not exaggerate when I'm playing. Not that. Now having said that, if you want to create tonal textures. And therefore, like if you're playing surface tete, but now you want to dig in, that's when anchoring will help. If you notice, it stays more stationed. As soon as you loosen it, right? So that's basically what it is. And this, tere kita, when you're playing tere kita, the ring finger, or when you're playing din again, so then it becomes for me din ne gene. So that's how it works for me, and I hope it works for you too. There was another question about